Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel where today I'm going to be doing a final updated 2023 review of the Galaxy S7 Edge. And this will be my first official video recorded on my brand new iPhone 13 that I talked about in the last video, so let's get straight into it. So the Galaxy S7 Edge was released in 2016 and it was very similar to the Galaxy S6 Edge, but it packed a little bit more of a punch. Galaxy fixed a lot of the issues that the S6 had in this phone. Going around it, we have your power button, which is oddly tiny. You have your speaker output, very tiny speaker that you could clog up with your finger very easily. Micro USB charger and a headphone jack, which is rare to see nowadays. You got your volume slider, which I have a chip in the middle right there, or something. So I don't know what that was. Up here you have your SIM ejector and I think your IR blaster, I believe. That's what that is. You have your heartbeat sensor and your flashlight and your 12 megapixel camera. This is Galaxy S7 Edge and Samsung right here. Sorry for being so darn fingerprinty. Here you have your home button and fingerprint sensor, earpiece, and your 5 megapixel front facing wide-angle lens. This phone was a hunk of just pure glass. It was 2016, so you had, I think, Corning Gorilla Glass 4 or 3. I don't remember what exact one. I'll have more accurate information on the last review I did of it. I think last year is when I did it. Sorry for being so fingerprinty. I should have cleaned it before this video. But anyways, this phone was really... It was one of Samsung's best phones, if you ask anyone really who's into Samsung phones and who's been collecting them and reviewing them for years. Samsung did a lot of right with this phone. They had tons of just amazing features with this phone. It had great water resistance, water and dust resistance. It was pretty durable, might I say. I mean, I have silly stories with this and how it broke, but it had wireless charging, which was much better than anything that they had at the time. Apple had not had wireless charging yet, so Samsung was a big leap into that. And then I think a couple years later, I believe, or a year later, we got wireless charging with the iPhone 8, I believe. Because it was the first iPhone in a while with a glass back. So on the front, you have a 1440p display. I believe it's 5.7 inches or 5.5 inches. I can't exactly remember. Your fingerprint sensor works. This screen is absolutely beautiful. Right now I have a Google launcher on there at the moment. That's why it looks like this. It's what I've had on here for ever. Excuse me. But one of the issues with this is that you couldn't easily replace a battery. And now batteries have... Batteries have never been easy to replace on any Apple phone. But they used to be super easy on Samsung phones, such as this one, my Galaxy Note 3, where you could just take the back off, replace the battery, blah blah blah. But this thing, the battery deteriorated quite quickly, and unfortunately it only lasts maybe an hour and a half on a full 100% charge. But anyways, this phone, is it still technically usable today? Absolutely it is. This phone, it has great cameras. If I'm being completely honest, if you have good lighting for outside, or if you have any sort of just bright light, or really any light at all, this camera will do you just amazingly. The front-facing camera is a little bit icky sometimes. You got a 5 megapixel camera. It's deciding to be super slow. Wow, that's rare. Interesting. Oh, no, there we were. We were there for a second. There we go. Can't see myself because of the camera. But anyways, yeah, this phone The front-facing camera is alright if you give it enough space. Get that. It's wide angle. I don't really know why I said that. If you give it enough light is what I meant. But if you give it enough light, the front-facing camera will do you amazing. It records beautiful 4K video. I'm recording in 4K right now. Don't know if it'll upload in that, but we'll see. Like I said, the cameras are just absolutely amazing. Let's see if I can get to a photo I took. I did a photo shoot with it yesterday and took some very pretty pictures. Let's see. I gotta pick one. Here's one that I took. It'll focus for me. And there goes the screen going all crazy. See, it takes super, super good pictures. Let's see. I have another one somewhere. It just takes magnificent pictures. With the phone camera technology from 2016, Samsung really did a number. I mean, you only had one camera. You had optical image stabilization. It was great. For how usable this phone still is, the only reason why I stopped using it is because after a while it got super slow on me. The screen became stupid. I believe Sprint has cut off all support for this, so you can't use a SIM card for it, you can't do calls, you can't activate it, which is the main reason why my dad had to get a new phone, which is why I have it. But you can still do tons and tons of stuff if you just want it for like social media scrolling, or as like a backup phone to, I don't know, maybe something, I don't know. It's got a good enough screen. The only issue sometimes is that you will get some pretty gnarly screen burn in. As you can see the TikTok outline. Because that's some just bad screen burn in. But it's still relatively fast, like really fast. It's pretty insane how fast it can be when it wants to be. A lot of the times it is the slowest thing on earth. The majority of the time it is the slowest thing on earth. Like it's liquid fast and smooth right here, but if I were to go into an app, it would take probably, I don't know, 50 seconds for it to load into it, and that can be fixed with a factory reset. But the next time I factory reset this, I'll be sending it in because I am trading it in, which is why I'm kind of making this video as like a last little raw for this. Because I've made a ton of YouTube videos on this. I've made tons of funny moments, funny texting sessions with friends, and it's just a great phone. I mean, if you can get past the slowness sometimes, and the beautiful flashing screen, which is actually kind of a common problem with these. If you can get past that, it's a great phone and it will do you fine. I think if you have a different carrier, it might still work because it's really not that old of a phone. I mean, you think if it is, if you think hard enough it is, I mean, what, 7 years, 6-7 years is a pretty long time. But this phone is coming up on, what, 10 years? TikTok notifications. Anyways, yeah, it's a pretty good phone. It's a great looking phone. The curved edge is probably one of my favorite things that Samsung has ever done. I don't know if Samsung will ever do it again. I really loved it through the S6. I mean, you had the S4 where it had the one part of the screen that was edged, and it didn't do too good. But and then you had the S6 edge, the S7 edge, the S8, the S9, and I believe the S10 was their last one with a curved screen. But they had a long line of the curved screens, which was one of my favorite things. It just looks so good sometimes, especially on the newer Samsung phones that had it, like the S10 and S9. But this was a really good phone. I'm going to be sad to see it go, but I will definitely love my iPhone 13 a ton more, and I'll have tons of more memories to make with the new phone than with this phone. Let's see if I can clean the screen up a bit. Get it looking all nice and shiny. There we go, that did nothing. But it's got a tons of scratches on the screen because I never had a screen protector on it because none would work. I hated screen protectors with the curved screen because they would either be super flimsy and mess up, or they would be so darn thick you couldn't touch the screen at all, and you would be touching it and it wouldn't work. Anyways, this is a goodbye to my Galaxy S7 Edge. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did like it, make sure you guys leave a like because it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, make sure you guys subscribe and share with your friends to spread the word about my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!